With the holidays around the corner, I thought it would be fun to take you on a tour to my booth at Plaza Antiques and Collectibles Mall in Lincoln Park, Michigan. It is located in southeastern Detroit and is downriver's largest antique mall with over 70 dealers and just lots of cool stuff. My two booths are located in the southwestern corner of the building. My booth and the Project Shop booth are all decorated for the holidays, and it is the perfect time to show them off. Hello, this is Christina from The Turned Leg, and this is my daughter, April. We love to
salvage, repurpose, and create.
And we're here today at Plaza Antiques and Collectibles Mall in Lincoln Park for something really special. We are here for a
booth tour.
You are going to get to see all of the Christmas pretties and everything in my booth at Plaza Antiques and Collectibles. Want to get started? This first section is all holiday goodness. It is baking. It is all the things that make you think about Christmas. We have lots of vintage holiday tins. We've got a Tom and Jerry punch bowl and vintage ornaments. A great way to decorate if you don't have a Christmas tree is you can use an old screen and you can attach your holiday ornaments to it. I also have vintage cookbooks, and hiding back there, there is a sled too. And if you're doing all of that cooking, there are vintage aprons down below. We've also got vintage tablecloths, everything you could possibly need. Okay, follow me, I want to show you some more. Up here, I've got some Pyrex, we've got vintage rolling pins. These cookbooks are all about cookies and Christmas and baking. And down below, for those cold winter nights, we have thermoses. You can fill them full of hot chocolate or coffee or whatever. Over here, we have our vintage dining area. We have our holiday dining. This table was hand painted by me using DIY paint and a blended paint finish. We have a holiday chair. Yep, you're getting a close up. It's a holiday chair covered with vintage fabric. In the back, we have a china cabinet painted with Hey Sailor and full of a whole bunch of good dishes. Here is our wall of signs. All are painted on salvage wood using DIY paint. Over here, we have a whole bunch of earrings and sparklies. It's always nice for the holidays to put on a little something extra. And then we've got over here whole bunch of Christmas goodies in the little cubbies, including these, aren't they so cute, vintage choir people, and there's even Christmas cards there. These signs are all painted on salvage wood using vintage glass wax stencils. Glass wax was what people used a long time ago to decorate their windows for the holiday, and now they are reborn into signs. And this sign down here is a JRV stencil, the Noel stencil. You can also purchase JRV stencils from me. But just having something for the holidays that nobody else has is kind of fun. I also have the brand new DIY Candle Company candles. They are in all of the yummy colors of DIY paint and even smell amazing. They are available for $20 each. They are soy-based and all natural. And here we have my vintage wardrobe that I hand painted. I used salt wash for that chippy finish. And down below, I have a cedar chest that I've also hand painted and applied IOD transfers. Cedar chests are great for cold weather. They can store all of your bedding, your linens, when you need to keep nice and toasty, and they smell so good. At the very bottom, we also have some vintage suitcases. And here I have everything you could possibly need for decorating your tree. Christmas is not complete without vintage ornaments. Whole bunch of great vintage shiny bright ornaments, handmade ornaments. They just don't make them like this anymore.
Remember to follow The Turned Leg on Facebook.
And down below, we have original Shiny Brights in their containers still. Now it's time to get cozy. In this area over here, we're bringing out all of the warm tones. Lots of woods and golds and rich colors that I think would be great for decorating year round. Up on the wall here, we've got a great collection of vintage items for your home. We've got holiday items, Santa mugs. Fun thing you can do is you can decorate an old lampshade for the holidays. This is a JRV stencil that I'm using here, and DIY paint. It's sealed with a clear wax. And then down below is my hand-painted dresser. It's painted using, I believe, Little Black Dress and Dark and Decrepit as a stain liquid patina. I love showing a little bit of wood along with the painted finish. I have a lot of vintage luggage always in my booth, and a great way to decorate for the holidays is just combining red and green luggage together. Also, if you want to go on a virtual trip this holiday season, I have lots of tour guides that are vintage tour guides from all over the world. Now we're in the project shop booth. So the booth you saw before is all the pretty and done. And sometimes when you're looking for items, you just want to buy them all completed and take them home. This project shop booth will not only inspire you to start a new project, but it'll help you with a project you might already have. All right, now we are in the project shop booth. And the whole purpose of this project shop booth display was kind of to think of a candy store of salvage goodies. There's lots of eye candy for you to look at. We've got salvage spindles. I mean, how many different ways could you use all of these wonderful spindles? They came out of a vintage Victorian house. We've also got a whole bunch of cool sewing notions, vintage doorknobs. We've got some pretty milk glass lamps, vintage ornaments back here, a little bit of books. And these books are great because if you just get some color blocking books, get some red and green, it's a great way to display your decor during the holidays. You can change them out for any season. We also have a whole bunch of just salvage wood pieces. These make great vintage ornaments painted up. And then over here in this basket, there's so much salvage goodies. I mean, I think some of these architectural pieces are pretty just on their own, but you could turn them into so many things too. Like, wouldn't this be great for hanging stockings? Got some Jamie Ray vintage signs. And down below, we've got a basket full of projects just waiting to be made pretty. This is a great craft with kids. We've got baskets, and let's slide over to the paint display. I am a DIY paint retailer. DIY paint is a clay-based paint. It is non-toxic and water-based. You can paint indoors without worrying, and so simple, and so many colors. This paint has more colors and more variation than most of the other paint brands out there. I just love my DIY paint. I also sell Paint Pixie brushes and DIY paint brushes. Many of these items too you can purchase on my website. Let's go around the corner. This is my salvage section. Got salvage cupboards, and there's an idea of a chalkboard you can make with the kitchen cupboards. And this is a tray. There is a free printable on my website if you want to learn how to make that tray. We have salvage windows here, an assortment. And there's just a sample of what you can do with the salvaged windows and some DIY paint and JRV stencils. And then down here we've got more windows, and these are all the JRV stencils. So many. There are holiday stencils. They're all down here. You can tell by the stickers. But JRV makes stencils for every possible season. And here are the good stencil brushes. JRV stencils are much thicker than your normal stencils, so they hold up use after use, and you can make such pretty signs like that Farm Fresh Christmas tree sign. And of course, all of the stencils on the window there. And then back here, This is the top of my display, the turned leg. This is salvaged from an old organ that I pulled out of the trash and I just could not part with. So I made the two sections of the legs of the organ. I put them together to make my turned leg sign. I think it really goes along with my idea of salvage, repurpose, and create. And it's all decorated for the holidays, my display. This display was an old paint display that was given to me by the owner of Plaza Antiques. And if you look close, there's names for stains still here. And I think there's even some paint colors too that are on some of them. So I just felt that was perfect. If you want to learn how to make a vintage hardware necklace, there is a QR code that you can scan there and watch a video and learn how to make it. And then I sell up there all of the pieces so you could make your own. We have vintage ceiling tiles and brackets. And we've got so many goodies. Do you like buttons? I have buttons in jars. Lots of great crafts that you can do with that. Art Deco hardware. And then here I have buckets that you can paint and some inspiration. There's also a QR code that you can scan so you can learn how to do the project yourself. And then these drawers down here are just filled to the brim with hardware. Lots of hardware pieces in here. So if you're working on a project and you need the perfect hardware, come here. Most of them start at $4.95 and go up, and there's just lots of great pieces. You know, you never can find what you need. So every time I find a piece that I can't save, I salvage the hardware. I've got wooden candlesticks, springs, lots of good stuff. Down here's a bag of clock parts. And we've got some hubcaps, some light fixtures, some silver, some letters, and let's not forget the legs. The turned leg would not be complete without a selection of legs for every project that you're working on. And over here, of course, some more signs, vintage light fixtures. I love making signs. I have a thing for them in salvage wood. And then just a whole bunch of cubbies of goodies. Hopefully they inspire you. We've got some cookie cutters in that one, old postcards. This is my selection of keys. Each bag has, I believe, 10 keys in them, all assorted, lots of uses for those. Frames, some more signs. And then as we go up here, we've got jingle bells, picture frames. Do you see anything you like? Comment down below. Or am I missing stuff? What else should I carry in this booth? I'm always looking for more ideas. We've got more spindles. And then these are salvaged floorboards and beadboard that was pulled out of a vintage house in Wyandotte, Michigan. And it's got a whole bunch of really good chippy goodness on these. Some are green, some are off-white. So many uses. These would be cool to make into like stocking hangers or coat racks, or I've seen really cool salvage hearts that you can make out of them. Along the aisles of my booths, I have more of my hand-painted furniture. This piece is painted with DIY paint in crinoline and lightly distressed. Next to it, there's a hand-painted serpentine dresser that I painted live on the DIY paint page. Lots of great blended colors on this piece. Really reminds me of summer and beaches. This next piece is painted in one of my favorite colors of DIY paint, Boho Blue, with just a little golden ticket to make it sparkle. I also have some vintage theater seats, which are great for extra seating and can be easily reupholstered. And at the very end is my Boho Bookcase with an ombre technique. It's painted in a whole bunch of yummy DIY paint colors, from Queen Bee, all the way down to Cherry Picked and Kissing Booth, and inside it contains my color blocking books. Color blocking books are a great way to dress up your shelves by grouping your books all by color. Tried color blocking yet? Thanks so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed our little Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed our little holiday tour of my booth. And don't forget,
Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, and always don't forget to follow.
she's pretty good at this. I think I'll keep her around. We want to wish you all and your family a very
Merry Christmas.